Welcome to the deep dive. If you're here, you want solid info fast.
And efficiently.
Exactly. Today we're looking into something many of us maybe don't think about enough. The actual chances of becoming disabled while you're still working.
Right. It's a bit of a financial blind spot. We're going to unpack the real risks to your income, why it matters, for your overall financial security.
And our source for this is Diversified Insurance Brokers. They focus specifically on protecting income.
That's their specialty. Yeah. Helping people understand these kinds of risks.
Okay, so let's jump right in. They've got this, pretty striking statistic.
It really is.
A 20-year-old just starting out has a 1 in 4 chance, 1 in 4, of facing a disability that keeps them out of work for at least 90 days before they hit retirement.
90 days or more. That's significant time.
It is. When you hear that number, 1 in 4, how does that square with, the financial things you normally worry about?
Well, that's the fascinating part, putting it in context. Think about the things we insure almost without thinking. Your car, maybe your house.
Standard stuff, yeah.
But statistically, your odds of becoming disabled during your working life are actually higher than having a major car crash or, say, getting audited by the IRS in a typical year.
Wow. Okay, that does shift the perspective.
Doesn't it? It makes you think, are we putting our financial safety nets, in the most logical places?
It really does. We focus so much on protecting our assets, which totally makes sense. But what about the thing that actually pays for those assets, our ability to earn money?
That's the engine, right?
Exactly. Which brings us to disability income insurance. What's the basic idea there? What's it designed for?
Basically, it's there to replace a chunk of your income if you can't work because you get sick or injured.
So it's like a temporary paycheck replacement.
Sort of a financial bridge, yeah. Helps cover your bills, your mortgage, groceries, the essentials when your regular paycheck isn't coming in.
Now, I bet a lot of folks listening might think, well, I've got Social Security, or maybe my job offers some disability coverage. Are those enough?
That's a really common assumption, and it's a crucial point to clarify. Social Security disability benefits, well, they exist, but qualifying can be surprisingly tough.
Right, I've heard that.
And even if you do qualify, the amount you get often isn't nearly enough to keep up your current lifestyle.
Okay. And employer plans.
Employer plans could be good, but they also have limits. The benefit amount might cap out, especially if you have a higher income, or rely on bonuses or commissions.
So it might not cover your full earnings picture.
Exactly. And if you're self-employed, that's a whole other layer. Plus, these plans often have time limits on how long they'll pay out.
So just relying on those existing nets, it could leave a pretty big gap.
A significant gap, potentially.
And we're not just talking about the immediate loss of income, are we? The financial impact can kind of spread out.
Oh, absolutely. Think about it if you can't work for months or even longer.
Your retirement contributions stop.
Right. That 401k matching, your own contributions, gone. That seriously impacts your future nest egg.
What about other goals? Saving for a house, kids' education?
Those can get completely derailed. And managing existing debt, like student loans or credit cards, that suddenly becomes much harder.
So even a disability that feels short-term could actually have consequences that last for years.
It absolutely can create long-term financial stress and vulnerability.
This really brings it home. We need to connect these dots. The stats show this isn't some rare lightning strike event.
No, it's a real measurable risk over a working lifetime.
A significant risk.
Exactly. And that's where expertise, like from Diversified Insurance Brokers, comes in. They help people figure out their personal situation,
Understand their specific risk level.
Yeah, and then look at tailored disability income strategies. It's about building a plan that fits you and protects what's arguably your most valuable financial asset.
Which is your ability to earn that income in the first place.
Precisely.
Okay, so wrapping this up, the main thing to take away seems clear. The chance of becoming disabled during your working years is, surprisingly high, much higher than many probably assume.
It's often underestimated for sure.
And the financial fallout can be really serious and stretch out for a long time. Ignoring it means leaving yourself potentially quite exposed.
Which leads to a really important question for everyone listening to think about, maybe mull it over later.
Okay, what's that?
Just consider. If you couldn't work for an extended time, say 6 months, a year, maybe longer, how would that actually impact your current finances, your future goals? Have you already factored that possibility into your planning? And what steps, if any, have you thought about to address that risk? Definitely something